St. Benedict refers to cenobitic life in community, as he calls it in Latin the fortissimum genus. It's the strongest kind. There's something good about living in community. It's challenging, yes. Wherever you have a group of people together, there's always the challenge of that encounter with each other. But for Christians who are striving to love each other, it can be a very supportive experience. And when we encourage and inspire one another and sometimes correct one another, there is a strength when we go on our journey to our goal together. There's power and strength in that unity. So I suppose aside from the fact that we are social beings and we tend naturally to be in community, there's a certain natural tendency that brings us together, but also we can appreciate the value of being together in community, because as I said before, we can encourage in each other, we can inspire each other, we can help each other along. When I see another monk pray, that inspires me to pray. When I see another monk being generous, that inspires my generosity. All of those things are very supportive and very beautiful. Also, I think in community, we, insofar as community life is always challenging, but that is good, because what gets challenged in community is love. That's where we learn to be patient. That's where we learn to be kind, where we learn to be generous, as we live together and serve each other and interrelate with each other. And so there are many benefits to life in community, and the memories that we have of, I can think back over 50 years, and I over half of the monks who have passed away in our history of over 125 years, I've known a half of them. And there are many memories that I have of wonderful monks who have inspired my life. They were all part of this community that I love and have loved, and the men who have inspired me along the way. It's all very powerful, very beautiful part of what it means to be in community.
That was one of my very initial attractions to monastic life, because I was a seminarian, and the monks I knew best worked in the seminary. And I can remember very distinctly a few monks that I knew, or I got to know well in the seminary. And they were men of profound prayer, very authentic, real men. There was no pretense or duplicity. What you see is what you got. And they, for me, as a seminarian, they were great role models. And I thought to myself, that's the kind of monk I want to be. And so when I entered monastic life, many of them continued to be examples for me, and they still do. And the men in the community, none of them are totally perfect. Currently, I would say, we're all saints in the making. That's what we're here for. We're here to seek God and for holiness. And any group of people, you have to acknowledge that right up. There's going to be flaws, and there's going to be people that you may not get along with initially. You're always going to be, in a sense, attracted to some relationships over another. But we're all here going to God together. There's a beautiful image in Dante's Purgatory. It's not exactly the Holy Rule, but the image, I think, really works. And in kind of ascending up the mountain to God, there's a group of people, and one person is behind them, reaching and grabbing the other and throwing them ahead so that they can get into heaven first. And monastic life, in some ways, is very much like that. You're here to kind of grab your brothers and pull them into heaven with you. And the rule is meant for the strong and the weak. And that's evident in this community as in any community. We must tolerate and be patient with the weak, and we must praise God that the strong don't want for things. And in this community, I think the most important thing about living in peace with your brothers is patience and understanding. You may never know the trial that a brother is going through at any given moment. That may be known to their spiritual director or to the abbot or to God alone. And so patience is called for in any situation where a brother is struggling, or maybe you're struggling with the brother. And you also have to realize that sometimes the issue you may have with a brother is not their issue, it's your issue. And so you have to work on that. But patience and love of the brethren and understanding are the keys to living successfully in community.